Good afternoon again. I say again because I have a video uploading of the Martell Cognac that I did. I finally uploaded that. And I wasn't sure if I did the Glenlivet Founders Reserve or the Glenlivet 14 video on here, but I did do this before. So then I got to starting to looking at videos that I had made a while back and other people that I subscribed to's videos. And what started me doing these videos, I'm going to also have a little bit of scotch because I just feel like having some. But what started me doing these videos was whenever Chris Watts did that murdered his family and children and unborn baby. I come to find out that a lot of people have a lot of videos on them. I stopped doing videos on them because there's only so much that I can say and do with it. I feel like a lot of it's been played out. Don't get me wrong, we're always going to want to know updates and certain things about certain cases. That's how it's always been. But some of it's a little bit much. I'm not trying to profit off them. That's why I mainly do what I promote. I'm a brand ambassador. I do liquor, beers, wines, cognacs, which is liquor, but food and beauty, but not so much. I also substitute teach and I also tutor. So I don't have a lot of time on here, but last year I had gotten basal skin cell cancer and I had to get surgery on the side of my neck and they thought it was bone cancer. You'll have to watch my videos. I'm just kind of trying to update. This is going to be about Chris Watts. So about Chris Watts and why I started the video and my thoughts on it and things that are recently going on that I read. So I felt a close connection to this case because she had two little girls that were close in age like my girls, even though my girls are 15 and a half and 12 and 12 and a half right now. Well, they're almost. So things are different and there's a lot going on with my older daughter. But I did have a really good, strong bond and schedule with them. And a lot of things remind me of my life with them as her. No, I have not sold any Thrive, but I did used to sell Avon when my younger daughter was little for a few years. I've always had a couple jobs here and there. With my first one, I didn't work as much. But just, you know, the things that people were saying about her being a stay-at-home mom and the things that people were just saying in general about Facebook. Yeah, we all know Facebook can be fake. But these videos that Shanann put up were not for our viewing. They were for her clients and friends on Facebook. She did not have YouTube videos up. If you ask me, I know YouTube's been around a lot, but it seems more so that people are all trying to have their channel. So I'm sure she would eventually try to have her channel. I am friends with some of her close friends that were, well, Nicole and Christina, and I believe that they both have their own channels now since this. I mean, it's kind of a thing. So another reason is that it also gets me really upset because I still feel, and I'm not going to keep any negative comments on here. I don't want to hear it. It's my channel. It's my opinion. But I still feel like the mistress was involved. I mean, we all know she was involved with being in his head and seeing a married man. I've watched a lot of videos, and a lot of people do realize, and I've read a lot on this, that she did look up Shanann in 2017 before she even worked with Chris. That makes you wonder. Did she set out to be with him? One wonders. And then I read somewhere, and I'm not too sure about this because I haven't looked it up a lot. I haven't looked up this stuff. I've just recently watched things. And this I think I read almost about 6-7 months ago, but I just remembered it. I didn't really write any notes for this. I'm just kind of going off what I remember and what I want to talk about. Because I do like to talk about true crime, murder cases, serial killers. I haven't really talked about serial killers yet. Documentaries. I have talked about Brittany Murphy's strange death. I have talked about Britney Spears. I have talked about Judy Garland. I've talked quite a bit about this case with Chris Watts. And I was kind of surprised that people are still blaming Shanann, which surprises me, but then doesn't surprise me, because there's always people that have different perception, or they're just plain outright hateful and evil. And I think some of it also might be his family. Some people are thinking that Plunder is the mistress because of her voice. That would be really weird. I wonder if she's not still being watched, because, you know, they do have to have enough evidence to try someone and make it stick. They have one time. So, I just really, a lot of things that they did, as I mentioned before, the pictures, which there would be no words, but there'd just be a picture after he killed his family, sent to her, which some people were like, well, he's just sending her a picture because she liked flowers. That seemed like, can't even think of the word right now. That seemed like a sign to say they were gone, like to symbolize they were gone. Then pictures of the chicken, which he was grilling chicken the night that this all happened. And then the messages that she erased. Odd. I don't understand how... I know that we can't look up Facebook, but Nicole and Chris Watts had a Facebook account. So what happened to that? Like, it doesn't never go away from what I heard, or has that changed? And then I read that now Chris Watts is saying a different story, and saying that he had to suffocate or strangle the girls twice before he went to take Shanann to his job. All that still seems weird to me. I don't see how that is. It's all weird. I still don't really know. I don't think we know the truth. I don't think we'll ever know the truth, but I'm really hoping that we do one day, because it's very, very upsetting for people to sit there and act like, some people still act like Shanann did it, which I think most people know now that Shanann didn't do it, because now Chris is confessing, but it seems like he... Oh, a little bit of marshmallows. It seems like he's still trying to protect, or just not telling the full story. And then I saw there's a whole bunch of books now written, which is crazy, because it hasn't even been a year and a half this happened. And then one of the books said that he had sex before that night, that morning that he killed Shanann. Which I kind of do wonder about that, because then he could easily get her distracted, or maybe do it afterwards, and he just seems sick like that. It's just so upsetting. And then I saw a video about this lady that just went up to their house, I think a few weeks ago, and it was on Facebook, and she was visiting it, and they still have like stuffed animals and some dead flowers there and some balloons and stuff by the door. The lady walked all the way up to the door. She walked all the way up to the window by the door and was recording, and it's still empty. It's so sad, because I don't know really what's going on with the house. To me, it almost seems like something's being halted there. And I don't know if it's spiritual and maybe an investigation still. But then she starts talking, the lady starts talking about Jim and how people think Jim had something to do with it. I haven't even heard much about that. I've always kind of thought that Jim was just a code name for Chris Watts. I don't know. It's all weird. Then I saw where Chris Watts finally got wrongful death suit against him. I think it was like $6 million or something. I'm not exactly sure if I'm saying the right amount. But how's he ever going to pay that? That's another weird thing. And then there's so many groups on Facebook and loving memory, and everyone really doesn't mean any harm. But then now there's people fighting, even Shanann's family, with each other and amongst each other on Facebook. And it's just crazy. It's like, it's really one of the craziest things I've ever seen in this day and time. I do believe because she was so much on social media and Facebook, but kind of like we all are. But she was even more so because she was doing those videos for her product Thrive and her friends. So my question is, what's going to happen to the house? Because it seems like that's in limbo. And I really hope they're not in limbo there. I mean, I believe that those precious little girls would be in heaven. They were innocent. I believe Shanann would be in heaven. But if things are not completed, done, someone else was still involved, maybe that's why they hang around there still. I know I also saw a video, I need to put another piece of ice in this, of people saying the house was haunted. And this video, and I don't know, I'm sorry I'm not in the video, I'm trying to get a piece of ice. I don't know if someone messed with the video or not. You can never really tell. But it looked just like little girls coming down the stairs. And some people are saying that they think, a lot of people are saying that they think they're still in there. And then there's one video where they went there at night because a neighbor said they saw someone walking around in there, which no one, they said a woman too, and no one is certain to this day if it was a woman coming back to get something from the basement or from the house, because to me it doesn't seem like that house was properly investigated, just a whole bunch of weird things, or if it was Shanann's ghost. And I don't mean no disrespect to the family for this video. I personally think that things are not settled there. I don't know if it's because Shanann had so much invested in that house, so much love there, she loved it there, the girls loved it there. It was their everything and it's just hard to let go. Or if it's hard to let go because this case is not really all the way completed. Or both. So I don't really like to talk about it a lot unless there's new updates, which there really isn't. Like I've mentioned some of them that maybe you did not know, but I'm sure a lot of you did. So it's not really new. I'm kind of just talking about things that I've read and seen recently because it upsets me to really go into this. And the reason I started my channel, I can't believe it's almost 1.5 years that they've not been around. It will be 1.5 years in February. And right before this, I was watching a couple of videos of her last Christmas. Then I was watching a video of one of her last videos before their death. It was like 6 days before they died. But they were saying bye to Dieter, which Dieter is with the brother, with Shanann's brother, in case you didn't know that, which a lot of people do. And it was just so cute, him and Bella loving on each other, and Bella saying, oh, well, I might be saying it wrong, but she's like, oh, he's going to miss us, he's going to be sad. And she had like butterfly wings on. And it was so strange because she had the same exact butterfly wings that my girls and I used to have around here. She had on the same exact dress that my girls had, because a couple of things, especially back then, they would, give hand-me-down because my daughters are only 3 years apart. it just broke my heart all over again. And like people were saying, how could he kill these precious animals? These precious children. Sorry, not animals. I was looking outside, seeing a whole bunch of animals. I have my bunnies, and then there's squirrels and birds. But these precious children, and then it still just all seems so weird. Because, yeah, I know he was void, he was phony, he was fake. I don't think he was faking the whole time. And it kind of just makes you wonder, like, is something else going on? Did something else occur? Did the mistress and him do drugs while they were gone, and then like have this fantasy in their head that they didn't want any of their new lifestyle to end, even though I believe they saw each other way before that summer? I think it just intensified because they were gone. They could finally live the life as if he was single and he didn't have a family and kids. I mean, she looked up child support. They looked up child support for 3 children. Odd. She looked up wedding dresses. Something tells me that that's not insignificant and it's not small details. Something tells me that we're not done. That we're going to all be really shocked, even more so than now. I just wonder when. So, I don't know when I'm going to talk about this family again, but I do want everyone to know that I have my utmost respect for them, and may they rest in peace.